On June 23, 2001, Manny Pacquiao stepped into the ring at MGM Grand for his first title fight in America.
Then you are in shape trying to box a boxer.
Manny Pacquiao has landed the harder shots in round one, and now he dominates the last minute of the round.
His opponent, Lelo Ledwaba, hoped to put a stop to his current win streak. But little did he know that he would simply be a stepping stone on Manny's path to greatness.
Seen enough. That's a TKO victory.
This is Fighting is Art. Let's go. Prior to his match with Lelo, Manny was coming off of a 6-fight winning streak after beating Pacquiao Prawet by KO. And technically, he wasn't even set to fight Lelo on the undercard for Oscar de la Hoya versus Javier Castillejo. Lelo's original opponent was supposed to be Enrique Sanchez, who withdrew after getting injured during training camp.
In those pound-for-pound rankings, he replaces either Oscar de la Hoya or Floyd Mayweather Jr.
At the time, Lelo was the IBF World Super Bantamweight champion and the clear favorite. And he was coming off of a unanimous decision win against Carlos Contreras. And before that, he beat Arnel Baratillo by TKO. Before walking out, Manny's team was glum in the dressing room considering Lelo was one of the best pound-for-pound fighters.
3 knockouts with only 2 losses.
And it was Manny who assured his team that he was going to be the new champion once the fight was over. At the beginning of the first round, Lelo was fairly confident and controlling the center of the ring.
Pacquiao against the conventional fighter Ledwaba.
Manny managed to back Lelo up with some jabs to the face to control the distance. The two fighters continue to feel each other out in the center, with Lelo landing a few shots.
Make them try to remember where they're featured.
Finally, Manny comes in swinging with some powerful hooks in a combination. Lelo manages to fire back some counter shots, but it's his quick feet that keep him from taking too much damage.
These things are overanalyzed. It's better to...
Manny starts catching onto Lelo's dodging techniques and connects to the face.
There's no such thing.
Lelo tries to slow Manny down with some jabs, but Manny is relentless with his pressure.
They think they're not going to land it.
With 1.5 minutes left, Manny actually has to chase Lelo around the ring. Moments later, Lelo manages to land some solid hits to Manny's body.
Punch. Whole book he has it.
With 1 minute left, the two fighters trade shots in the center of the ring again. Both fighters are showing signs of some fatigue, but it's Manny who manages to rally and land some more body shot combinations.
In the 4th round of that fight, we were unaware of it that particular evening.
But you can jump on a boxer like that and keep them.
Another body shot seems to make Lelo double over and take a moment. Manny knows that he needs to add more pressure to take the round, so he chases Lelo down again.
In bad shape.
Pacquiao landing some hard shots.
Manny is absolutely relentless towards the end of the round.
Manny Pacquiao has landed the harder shots in round 1.
In the final 10 seconds, Lelo tries to land something, but Manny finishes strong.
Hey, look, we have great respect for Ledwaba, and we know he's a great boxer, but he won't be able to handle Manny's firepower.
In Manny's corner, you can see that he is calm and focused as he takes a deep breath.
A very good workout there.
On the other hand, Lelo's corner tries to do damage control to his nose and face, while he is clearly fatigued. At the start of the second round, Manny is eager to get started, while Lelo takes his sweet time.
Get off to a great start.
Manny lands a nasty right to the side of Lelo's head,
In round 1.
and he follows it up with yet another one.
Ledwaba is going to have to do something to slow down.
After 30 seconds, Lelo starts answering with a left of his own. The two fighters get entangled during an exchange, and Lelo goes to the ground.
Lejanolo Ledwaba looks like an old 20-year-old Manny Pacquiao right now.
Hey, how you feeling? You okay?
Lelo continues ducking to evade, but Manny lands shots as he bends over.
Punches thrown in the first round.
Absolutely. I think this guy just hit so hard that Ledwaba
Once again, Manny chases Lilo around the ring, and all Lilo can do is try to evade. Halfway through the round, Lilo finally manages to land another shot to Manny's head, but there's no follow-up. Somehow, Lilo finds the energy to stand and box Manny in the center, and both fighters manage to land blows. Lilo manages to land multiple lefts to Manny's face. Manny doesn't take this laying down though, and he applies pressure again.
Pacquiao's assault. Now Pacquiao comes back with a body shot of his own. And bangs Ledwaba again with a big left upstairs.
Manny lands a long straight that seems to hurt Lilo. By the end of the round, Manny definitely feels like he's doing enough to win the rounds. In the other corner, Lilo and his team waste no time in managing the damage Manny has given him. At the beginning of the third round, the referee has to make Lilo hurry to the center of the ring.
Landed 43 of 86 power shots.
Manny immediately fires 3 quick jabs with great accuracy.
Overall, Ledwaba 23 of 43, including as George Foreman.
Manny starts to realize that the jab might be his greatest weapon against Lilo.
Now you don't want to get Pacquiao.
Lilo starts striking out desperately, looking for anything to land at this point. In response, Manny starts to change up his strategy and lands an uppercut. Lilo knows that he has to up the output if he's going to win any of these rounds. Lilo manages to keep just out of Manny's reach, but Manny manages to close the gap. Manny does even more damage to Lilo's nose as he goes back to ducking blows. Lilo slips up with a crucial miss that leaves him open to an onslaught from Manny. Manny realizes that Lilo leaves his body open when he ducks and tries to take advantage of the opening. After all of that, Lilo manages to land a single strike against Manny. Lilo misses his next shots, and Manny decides to throw the same punches that actually land. Another miss from Lilo leaves his body open to Manny, making the most of the situation. The pace of the round slows down again as Manny goes back to utilizing his precise jab. Towards the end of the round, Manny continues throwing precise shots to the head. In the final 6 seconds, Lilo manages to snap Manny's head back with a punch, but that's it. This time around, Lilo is extremely fatigued and can barely hold his head up in his corner. In Manny's corner, this is the first time that he shows some wear and tear as his corner rushes to fix him up. At the beginning of the fourth round, Lilo comes out with a body shot that lands solid. The two fighters actually stand in the center and trade blows for a moment.
26, 3 rounds to nothing. Manny Pacquiao. In the second round.
Suddenly, Manny has Lilo on the run once again.
It appeared as though Joe...
Lilo tries to go back to ducking to evade the punches, but Manny's hands hit low.
1-to-1,000 in the nose.
In response, Lilo tries to do the same, but his punches don't land at all.
Yes, adrenaline chloride, absolutely legal. 1-to-1,000. Ice on the...
Manny unleashes insane combos, with one going high and the second blow going low.
Throw the right hand. When he does,
Lilo's nose takes even more damage as Manny lands solid hooks. But he gets a small advantage as he snaps Manny's head back.
there it is. There you go. But you want about 4 or 5.
Manny's defense seems to be dropping, and Lilo gets a few more shots in.
Can't reach out for.
The momentum for both fighters picks up as they both snap each other's heads back with solid jabs. Lilo misses one of his jabs, which leaves him open for Manny's combination. And Manny continues to just pick Lilo apart with his jab. Manny seems to go on the defense for the rest of the round until the final 10 seconds when he almost knocks Lilo down.
Guy from South Africa. giving us a hell of a fight.
Manny seems as though he was planning on saving more energy for future rounds, and he takes some deep breaths.
Deep breath, Manny.
But Lalo doesn't look too bad either, as he stands to start the 5th round. Lalo comes out testing the waters, and he pressures Manny this time around.
Hands of stone.
Manny doesn't like this though, and he answers with more powerful shots.
But Pacquiao is the one who seems to have the rocks in his gloves.
They told him to move his...
Then, Manny lands a solid 1-2 to the body, then the head. Manny uses this same combo with less power, but it's still effective.
Off the ring instead.
Lalo tries to control the distance, but Manny backs him up into the ropes so that he can't escape his jabs.
Jab and all those things working.
Lalo manages to land a blow to Manny's body, but it is just a little bit too low.
That's all there is to it.
And in
As a response, Manny lands a slight uppercut to Lalo's head.
it up.
Manny goes back to relying on his right jab, but Lalo is able to counter with a punch to the body.
Let Waba getting
It seems as though Lalo is finding more energy to fight back, but it's too little too late.
behind that.
Manny's left hand does insane damage to Lalo's face.
The shots, Pacquiao.
Towards the end of the 5th round, Lalo seems to be catching on to Manny's combo pattern, and he counters. Lalo tries to land something, but he can't manage the distance like he did earlier in the fight.
Paw punchers with mustard. Pacquiao.
In the final seconds of the 5th round, Manny pulls a Hail Mary, swinging everything at Lalo.
Don't blow it.
Already, Lilo's body seems to be barely holding on when he gets to his corner. Meanwhile, Manny seems to be managing his stamina and damage fairly well, going into what would end up being the final round of the fight. At the beginning of the 6th round, Lalo did everything that he could to keep the distance between himself and Manny.
He's been caught by...
Suddenly, Manny hits Lalo with a left that drops him to the canvas.
Pacquiao may take care of it for him.
Lalo takes the time of the count to gather his senses.
7, 8.
After getting back to his feet, Lalo is visibly slower, and Manny takes advantage of this and drops him yet again. There's no way for Lalo to recover from this blow,
That's a TKO victory.
and with that, Manny is victorious.
And just takes him apart with power shots.
Manny won his first title fight in America with a 6th round knockout that paved the way for him to conquer the boxing world internationally.
In the eyes of Red Waba.
Even while Manny celebrated with his corner and the other patrons in the ring, Lalo was still stuck laying on the ground with his arms outstretched.
Said he got surprised here.
In the end, the two men had nothing but respect for one another as they celebrated Manny's victory.
Compared to Elordi and may even surpass him.
With his first win in the States being a championship win, Manny Pacquiao would go on to fight the likes of Agapito Sanchez next.
It was Pacquiao's fault, more or less, coming in missing, and his momentum carried him right into Sanchez's head.
Who do you think was Manny's most iconic opponent?
Tonight.
Comment down below, and don't forget to like and subscribe.
Waba.
Goodbye.
Named Enrique Sanchez. As George said, he got surprised here.
I think Pacquiao established himself